Hey everyone, welcome to the Rambling Runoff. I'm your host, Robert Rios. This is a sports podcast where we ramble all day and run off forever. So let's get this thing started. Hey yo, what is up podcast world? This is the Rambling Runoff once again. I'm Robert. And well, at the moment I am very cold and nervous because I've never done anything like this before, but let's see how it goes. So here on the Rambling Runoff, I think what I'm going to do is have 4 specific topics that I like, and I'm going to go through them as best as possible as I can, because this being episode 1 of the Rambling Runoff, I'm obviously a rookie, so let's see how this goes. So first big topic I want to go over is the AFC and NFC championship game. So first game is Pats versus the Chiefs. Patriots versus the Chiefs, alright? So will the Chiefs dominate the Patriots? Because the Chiefs looked really, really good last week against the Colts. And Patrick Mahomes, he went off. And he didn't even score a passing touchdown, which is the funny thing. And he's been on fire. But I'd be more focused on the run game, because the run game was the thing that scored all the touchdowns last week. Except for one touchdown, that was a block punt, but disregard that one. But yes, the run game is important for the Chiefs this week against the Patriots, because Damian Williams and Tyreek Hill, nobody was paying attention to them, because the Chiefs had Kareem Hunt. He was already really good, and people thought these guys weren't even going to get a chance to start. Well, lo and behold, Kareem Hunt disappears, and now these guys are the stars of the team, the best running backs. This could probably be a better tandem than Kamara and Ingram from the Saints. But let's see what happens if Belichick can find up a plan to stop the run game and to stop Mahomes, because that's a lot of weaponry on the Chiefs' offensive side. And on the defensive side for the Chiefs, they have no loopholes. I think Andy Reid has these guys suited up and ready to go. And I think he needs to win this game, because that was a disaster the last time he was in the Super Bowl with the Eagles. And you can't have your quarterback throwing up in the huddle, because that's just bad. And who beat them in that Super Bowl that year? The New England Patriots. So of course he's probably looking for a little bit of revenge in this game. And I think Andy Reid is a good coach. He's just never had the players or the staff to get it done, you know. But let's see if he's got it this week. And for Brady and Belichick, they're usually the ones that pull a rabbit out of a hat somehow, and they always have a solid team. So Brady's always been there, but he's always had different receivers, different running backs, and somehow these no-name players make a name out of themselves, and they kill everybody. And it's like if Belichick just sees a guy and he's like, alright, what can you do? Let's put you here. Brady throw it to him. Touchdown. Very easily. Sorry if you hear me coughing. I have a tad bit of a cold, but I'll be fine. So yes, to continue on, the comparison with Brady and Mahomes is that in the last game that they played, I believe it was in week 7, which was a shootout, a really close game. Brady threw for 340 yards and a touchdown, and Mahomes threw for 352 for 4 touchdowns. That game ended in a 43-40 scoreline. Patriots win with a last-second field goal to win it all. So yeah, this is my opinion about it. And my pick for that game, for the AFC Championship game, is the Chiefs, number 1 seed being the number 2 seed. So yeah. Alright, number 2 is the NFC Championship game. Second topic I got here is Saints versus the Rams. My Saints versus the LA Rams. So I'm assuming this will be the best game of the playoffs this year. Probably better than the Cowboys-Rams game, because that was a pretty good contested game. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really good game. Probably not going to be the same like last time, where both teams just went at each other. Because the Rams looked really rusty against the Cowboys, and the Saints looked really rusty against the Eagles. So I'm just going to assume that it's going to be a low scoring game and not a high scoring game like the other contests that they had earlier in the season. Excuse me. For the Rams, I think their best asset right now, which is a surprise, is CJ Anderson, who went off against the Cowboys. Because everybody was expecting Todd Gurley, who was injured, to just come back and do it all over again. But, one of those things where if you get hurt, you're not going to be the same. But I think he'll be fine probably this game, Todd for Gurley. But Anderson might be getting more of the snaps this time around because of that game. And for the receiving core for the Rams, they have two good receivers within Brandon Cooks and Robert Woods, who coincidentally used to play there at the Coliseum with USC. But yeah, Goff, he's a good quarterback. I think, he's going through a small slump, but I think he'll be able to overcome it and perform well in this game. So like how I said, it's not going to be a shootout. The last one, 43-35. That was the game where Brees threw that 72-yard touchdown to Michael Thomas, and Michael Thomas went to the field goal post, and he pulled out that flip phone to call horn. That was a good throwback, even though that was a flag, and he got in trouble with the coaching staff. But it's fine, all fun in games. But yeah, for the Saints, they have a good receiving core too. Michael Thomas, Ted Ginn, Kamara, Ingram in the backfield, Taysom Hill, the Swiss Army knife. And they also got, in supporting role, they got Benjamin Watson and Keith Kirkwood. They're not, those two, they're not like well known, but they're really reliable when Kamara, Ingram, or Thomas and Ginn are not your first option. So yeah, I think in this game, my pick will be my New Orleans Saints trying to go for their second Super Bowl in team history. And let's say in episode 2, if everything goes to plan, I'll give you guys my Super Bowl pick. If you can guess, I've already kind of hinted at who I think is going to win. So yeah, there you go. Those are my first 2 topics down for the Rambling Runoff. Alright, topic number 3. If you like the Dodgers, this may or may not involve you. Manny Machado, he was only here for 1 season. He was okay, but I think he was expecting, I don't know what he was expecting. He was just swinging for the fences and not doing as well like how he used to with the Orioles. So the news with him is that the White Sox have been offering him, or have been looking into him, and have finally offered him, allegedly, a $175 million contract, and it's possibly for 8 years. To me, that's a lot of money, and that's a long time to be with a baseball club, especially the White Sox, because they suck, honestly. And that's like a no-name team to go to. If he goes there, he's just going to go there for the contract. What else is he going to go there for? I mean, he was already with the Dodgers. That's already the ultimate. If he just gets his head out of his ass, he could probably be one of the better hitters in the league, and probably help us win a World Series finally. Gosh. But yeah, so if he accepts the White Sox offer, he will be playing in the AL Central with the Cleveland Indians, the Twins, the Detroit Tigers, and the Kansas City Royals. Honestly, it may or may not be a cupcake for him, considering the only hard team in the AL Central is the Cleveland Indians, because the Twins, they got nobody. The Tigers haven't been good since Verlander left, and the Royals have just fallen off a map. I don't know what happened to them. But yeah, so if he goes there, he may or may not have a field day playing against those teams, but everybody around him, there is no team. So unless they're going to tell him, hey, we got some prospects, or we're going to bring in somebody else to help you out, then that's fine. But right now, it looks like a broken offer, because Manny Machado to the White Sox, the only good hitter, he's just going to be it's just gonna be him at the Baltimore Orioles again, honestly. So I think it'd just be a waste of time for him to go there. And for 8 years, I mean, 175. Dang, that's a big check. But if he's trying to win a World Series, it's a no-go for me. Alright, so for my fourth and final topic, we're going to talk about the LA Galaxy and the signing of the return of Juninho. Alright, if you don't know who Juninho is, he played with the Galaxy for a couple of years, won the championships. I think the last one, 2014. And then I believe he was there for a year or two, and then they had to let him go. And he ended up in Tijuana, played there for a while, and then before he got signed to the Galaxy recently, he hadn't played for a year. But in my opinion, he'll be fine. Yeah, it sounds scary. Like, it seems like a good idea to bring him back, but he hasn't played in a year, and he's going to be 30 soon. So there's a few red flags that might turn off a couple of fans or people, but I think we'll be fine because from the good memories I have of him playing with the LA Galaxy, he was really consistent, and he has a lot of technique and skill that the club really needs right now, considering that one tofu with the bun on his, the really tall dude with the bun on his head, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He was like the only one that was like trying to dribble the ball all crazy and pass the ball in the spaces that it needed to be passed to. So I think this is a good signing to have Juninho. Probably to have him come off the bench, like either for Jonah or for Sebastian Legit, if they get tired or whatever. But yeah, I think he'll be fine coming off the bench. If he starts, I mean, that's a plus too. But then again, that just kind of brings up the problem of we have too many midfielders and all these like people on the bench that are not doing anything, and our prime midfield is built up of like Jonah, Sebastian, and party boy Chris Pontius, and then we're gonna have Juninho on the bench, and then we're gonna have Jameson on the bench, and then we're gonna have freaking Giovanni Dos Santos. Let's see if he's gonna stick around, be on the bench. That's just a lot of people in a small room. So we'll just have to see where they put him at, where Schelotto wants to do with him. Although I don't know how much Schelotto's seen of Juninho, but apparently they trust him enough to bring him back. And Juninho was quoted saying that, he feels, or I'm gonna summarize what we say. He said that he did a lot of good things when he was here, so that just left the door open for him to come back, and that the club believes that he'll do good things again. So he has the right confidence on returning back to the Galaxy. Let's just hope that he's as consistent as I and many other LA Galaxy fans remember him. And I guess also on the Galaxy rumor track, they are rumored to be signing Diego Palenta. Well, kinda. Officially, he's not on the roster, that they have a contract set, but Schelotto said that he's gonna come to the first Galaxy camps on Saturday, I believe, and he's gonna sign the contract then and make it official. So get ready to see LA Galaxy MLS post some stuff about Diego Palenta being on the Galaxy roster. He's a midfielder from South America, so that's good. We're getting more South American talent on the team. And the other, this one's a pure rumor for the Galaxy, is Ignacio Fernandez that Schelotto's been checking out. I believe he is from River Plate. Yes, River Plate. There we go. Also another midfielder. Once again, midfielder problem when we need defense. But I think if we're getting all these midfielders and people are saying that we need defense, I think our back line is just going to be 4 guys, but like how we had last season. So it's probably going to be Romney, Steris, Felcher, and Shelvick, possibly. But if we bring in these new guys, I believe we're going to have a new formation. I'm not going to go into it right now, but I think it's going to be we're going to see a dramatic difference of play from the Galaxy this coming season, considering, we have a new coach and everything, and Schelotto's been quoted, and he's been known for using a 4-3-3, so let's see how that goes. Alright, so that was the first episode of the Rambling Runoff. I know it's really short, but it's my first episode, so give me some slack. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.